Hey everyone, welcome back to another hopefully useful video. This one on the Ridgid 238P. This is their soil pipe cutter. It'll cut cast iron and clay. I've used it on 6-inch clay. I think it'll go up to 8-inch if I remember correctly, but I've not encountered anything that big. So mostly we use it on 4-inch cast, 4-inch clay, and then I've cut 6-inch clay with it. You got to be careful. Some of the clay, you'll actually crush it. I like to wrap it around the pipe and then kind of rotate it and score it a little bit, and then just go slow. One of my guys went a little too quick on some clay, some older clay, and actually crushed it. So got to be careful doing the clay. Today I'm actually going to do a demo on using this. I've used it probably, I don't know, 8 or 10 times now. It can be a little cumbersome, so I'm going to show that. I've got kind of a tight spot. This is a 100-year-old house I'm working on. It's my own, and I've got to cut. I'm down in the basement redoing a half bath, and here's my toilet right here. It actually, you can see it up there, the flange up there, and then at 90s runs over and runs into the main line, main stack there. So what I'm going to do is, usually, before I bought this, I would use a grinder or a sawzall with a diamond blade. I've tried carbide blades, diamond blades, and a sawzall. It takes forever. I put a 7-inch diamond wheel on my 4-inch angle grinder, took the guard off. It's kind of dangerous, but that's how I usually cut clay. So I'm going to show it on this one because it's going to be kind of a tight spot to get into. So what it comes with is obviously the main tool, and then they send a 1/2-inch drive ratchet. So you can use a ratchet on the end here, which would take forever. Or you can run an impact. They do put a limit on there. It's like 400 foot-pounds of torque or something on the impact that you could use. So I bought a Makita impact to use with it. One thing I don't like about this is the trigger seems backwards to me. I want to pull on the trigger, on the top side of the trigger, to go forward, and it actually goes in reverse. Bottom side goes forward. So to me that's backwards. And apparently it's backwards to one of my guys because he actually ran this out too far with the impact and jammed it. There's not much travel here. So when you're rotating this, if you go too far, then it gets stuck. And he got it so stuck, I actually had to put it in a vise out in the shop, bench vise. That's why it's kind of mangled up a little bit here. Put it in a bench vise and had to use a big crescent wrench on it to get it unstuck. I mean, he really had it jammed. So you got to be careful when you're running an impact because it doesn't take much travel. So anyway, I'm going to try to go hands-free here and show you. Like I said, this can be kind of a pain to get the chain hooked into this, but I'm going to see how it goes. So be patient with me. Hopefully it goes well on the first attempt. See, that light bulb's going to be in the way. So you want to get it into position and get as much slack out of the chain as you can. This is the part that gets kind of tricky by yourself. It's also kind of a pain when you're doing a clay line. You really have to dig out underneath the sewer line or whatever you're working on in the dirt to get this chain in. So I hand tighten this a little bit, make sure I'm lined up square on the pipe, which I'm not. Kind of rotate it. get it in the position, and then I'll tighten it down a little bit. And just score the pipe, especially on clay. Then I'll take my impact, re-familiarize myself with the bass backwards controls. You'll actually hear it ping when it cuts. There it went. So then just back it off a little bit. That's where it gets to spinning too free and it can jam up. So overall that went pretty well. Loosen it up the rest of the way. Pop the chain off. I know I should have had safety glasses on, that's why I turned my head. So yeah, there's my loose flange. I'll have to go upstairs and pull that out. But you can see the cut. I mean, overall it's a pretty clean cut. I mean, you're not going to get much better than that unless you use a diamond wheel. And this one, like I said, just be too much trouble to get in there with my angle grinder and try to cut that, and a sawzall takes forever. So overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I don't remember what I paid for it. Honestly, I really don't. $400 or $500 maybe. But I don't care because it saves a lot of time and aggravation, especially on cast iron. And even clay, and I'll work with it more on 6-inch clay right now, especially on like a sewer line. Right now I'm cutting it with an angle grinder, and you get down in the hole, and of course the sewer line is going to have water in it, crap water. And I've taken a crap water bath before with the grinder. Once that wheel gets down in that water, it starts flinging it everywhere. So with this, I'm not going to have to worry about that. I'll get down in there, other than digging underneath the pipe. You know, you got to get that chain underneath it. Once I get that underneath there, then I don't have to worry about if there's still water flowing. I mean, we did a live sewer line one time on a city main, and of course you can't tell people to quit flushing. I didn't have a bag to shut the flow off. So anyway, this will be handy in those situations. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. It looks like I need to lubricate it. That's the other thing. You got to tell your guys to spray it with some oil once in a while. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think it was worth the purchase. Hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know if you have any questions I can answer about it, and I'll see what I can do.